Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Big Boy Card Collecting. I am your host, Andrew Davis, and as always, we are educating and breaking cards. And today we're doing something a little bit different where I'm going to be breaking a bunch of stuff that just came in, and it's the WWE stuff that I just picked up. So, the first stuff I'm going to be touching upon, obviously, I got my little sheet here. It's Alexa Bliss and Nikki Bella came in these two packages right here. So, all this stuff is Royal Rumble related and it's a bunch of stuff. So we got some Roxanne Perez, we got some John Cena, and so I picked up a bunch of cards, and I'm going to talk about them as I kind of break them and go through them and see what we pulled here. Maybe we pulled some parallels. I think we pulled something special here, so we're going to see what we pulled. It's going to be pretty cool. So obviously, this is Nikki Bella right here. Her surprise return, pretty cool card. I think she was number 30. The entrance right there. So we're going 1, 2. So obviously you can see it right here. That's Nikki Bella. So 1, 2, 3. And right here we got 21 out of 25. Nikki Bella. Orange parallel. Pretty sweet. So it's kind of got that chrome thing. So Topps has actually updated their whole thing. So going forward, Topps is actually doing this format for baseball and everything else that they've done. So they've started with UFC and WWE, and then they do this. So the way it works with Topps now is that they have parallels in each card, and this is just one of those. So this is actually a parallel of Nikki Bella. It's 25, so there's 50, 25, 10, 5, 1 in this set. So pretty cool right there. Pretty nice pull right there out of 5 cards. So that's pretty sweet. So that's a good start so far of the Nikki Bella that I just pulled. Obviously, it's an expensive card. Now, I don't know the exact, range of what those go for, but obviously it's worth more than the base goes for. And here we go. We got some Alexa Bliss here. Trying to see if we got anything. Maybe we have something in these Alexa Blisses. These don't have a large print run. So obviously, here we go. This is her surprise return right there. And she came back. And so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We did pull a parallel here, so that's good. That's going to show the parallel. Just making sure, because sometimes, depending on the print run, it's low. So we got 18 out of 50 gold Alexa Bliss. So that's pretty sweet right there. So obviously, this is a really good start for these two cards. These parallels go for good money. So if you've seen some of my other videos, I didn't actually break down my Rhea Ripley open, but I did pull a gold Rhea Ripley. And so this is the gold Alexa Bliss. So far out of the two, and then we got, I think we have like 3 more to open up. We got another Alexa Bliss to open up, and then a Roxanne Perez, and I believe we also have a John Cena to open up. So out of that, we already pulled 2 parallels. This is the second Alexa Bliss cards that I pulled up, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this. So far, this is pretty cool. And if we don't pull anything special out of this one, that's cool. I'm not going to be unhappy, but this one came like this. So I'm not too sure if that's a good sign, a bad sign, whatever it is. But we're going to go for it. We're going to see what we pull here. As soon as I pull this out, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4. So far, I don't see anything. Don't see anything. Yeah, so nothing out of these base Alexa Blisses that I can spot. Just 20 base cards. So obviously, for those who don't know, the way it works with Topps, that those parallels that I just showed you are in addition to your regular order. So if you ordered X amount of cards, they're in addition to it. And depending on what you ordered, how you ordered it, and all that, that's what happens. And so obviously my business is predicated on this idea of pretty much buying and doing cards and buying base cards and hopefully getting those parallels because they tend to fetch more money. So right now I have a limited 25 Tiffany Stratton of her celebrating her WWE championship. And I also have a limited 5 of that same card. And I'm asking $250 for my limited 25 of her card. So that should give you an idea that some of this stuff goes for really good money. And so that's kind of the thing that everybody should be aware of and all that stuff. And obviously, right here, we got a John Cena. So his last Royal Rumble. So let's see what we pull of this John Cena here. So far, obviously we don't know what we pulled here, but hopefully we're going to pull something good. So for those who don't know, I did pull a matte relic John Cena card. So that is cool. That is coming my way. And so there's some cool stuff here. It's got a low print run. Pretty cool right there. So obviously there's parallels, there's relics, there's redemptions. And so we're seeing what I pulled here with John Cena. And if we pulled anything good with good old John Cena. Um, and so far, we didn't pull anything out of this one, but I do have another bunch coming my way for Monday, I believe. And so that's something to keep on the lookout of that. But again, these are in addition to what you already ordered parallels. So again, I'm asking money for the base sets. And so usually I ask anywhere from $7 to $10 a cart. And so that is what the business is predicated on. And there's a lot of cool stuff in that regard there. And then we got one more here. I believe we have one more to open up. And I believe this is the Roxanne Perez. And I actually have another one of these coming along with the Jey Uso, a Charlotte Flair, another John Cena, and a few others coming my way. So obviously we got this right here. And so we got her. The longest time ever spent in a women's Royal Rumble, Roxanne Perez. She's a superstar. And let's see what we pull with her. And hopefully we're going to pull something good. And hopefully, we'll pull something good here. So obviously this is the way this card looks. And again, I'm asking about $7 a card for these. So pretty cool. So let's see what we got here. And already pulled a parallel. So here we go. And so we actually just pulled a parallel number 29 out of 50 Roxanne Perez gold foil parallel, whatever we're going to call that. So pretty cool right there. So out of these cards, so far we pulled about, I'm sorry, it goes this way. My bad, everybody. My bad. So it goes this way. So out of this, we pulled 3 parallels out of out 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5 cards that we purchased. So obviously this is 40, 80 right here, and then the Nikki Bella was actually quite surprising because that was only 5 cards. So when you buy about 20 cards from WWE, if it's not an autograph, like the John Cena's were more expensive, there's an autograph, those were about 170. But the Roxanne Perez, the Alexa Blisses, the Nikki Bellas, the Nikki Bella was a little bit different, but I'll get to that in 1 second. I bought 20, it's about $5 a card. So when you pull a parallel, and you in particular say you don't like the card or you want to sell it, obviously that's going to help if you're buying and selling a lot of cards. A parallel is obviously going to fetch more money. But even going into that and going further and technically and statistically, if you buy more cards, your odds of getting a parallel go up. So with the Nikki Bella, though, obviously I only bought 5 cards. So I believe each card, it was about $35, 5 cards. I believe it was like maybe $6.50 a card or $5.50 a card. So it's interesting that I pulled a parallel on this, even though I bought less cards. And so that's what's cool about this. But also the Nikki Bella, I think, only had like 1,300 cards printed. So that's the other thing too, is that you have to do the math around that, where it's about 90 over 1390. So that's the thing too, is that's why the Nikki Bella is very cool, just on a parallel basis, even if I got a gold. But the fact that I got a 25 is very cool, because that means that if I flip those cards and I sell the parallel, which I might, obviously the profit margins on these are going to be significantly higher than on something like my Roxanne Perez, where I spent $100 for these, but I do have more cards of these. And if I do sell the whole thing and I sell all 21 of these, obviously I will make more money than if I sell all 6 of these. But the profit margin on the Nikki Bellas are going to be much higher because it costs less. And also, probably the Nikki Bella parallel might do better than the Roxanne Perez parallel at the moment, because it's just a lower parallel variation. So that's kind of the whole thing there. And the reason why I wanted to break this open and talk about it is that obviously this is a complicated business because depending on what you're buying, what you're selling, how you're engaging with it, there's a lot of money to be made. As I stated before, I did pull, a 2 out of 5 Tiffany Stratton. I pulled a 25 card of Tiffany Stratton celebrating her WWE Championship. And then going even further, I did pull a John Cena Matt Relic from his Netflix debut of him saying he's entering his last Royal Rumble, where they cut up a piece of the mat and put it into the card. So obviously that stuff is worth money. And the ones that people did sell were trading for about $400 to $450 a card, and it's a redemption card. So that's the thing, is that there's a lot of money to be made. Obviously, Jey Uso's got that stuff. Some other people have that stuff. Charlotte Flair's got a card like that. John Cena in that Royal Rumble card of him almost tossing out Jey Uso has that position in there where it's got some relics and some other things in there and autographs in there. And so there's just a lot of money to be made in everything that Topps does. But I also think that if you don't get a parallel, I think like the Alexa Bliss is a $657 card, and that's what people are selling them for. I think the Nikki Bella, $7. So if you bought 20 of them, and you're about to buy them for $5, even after they're just selling on eBay or whatnot after fees, you might be able to make like $1.50, $1.50 around them per card, plus your money back. So there's a lot of money to be made in all this stuff. And I do think that some of this stuff will appreciate nicely because it's event based and it's in the moment. And that's the other thing too about this. So again, I'm pretty thrilled with it. I'm glad that I got some parallels. Was not expecting a Nikki Bella. Was sort of expecting an Alexa Bliss. Was hoping for a Roxanne Perez, to be honest. And it's going to be interesting what's going to happen with my John Cena's, because I do have another package coming of him. I have a Charlotte Flair coming. I have a Jey Uso coming. And then I have another Roxanne Perez coming. And so it's going to be very interesting with those four when they come and breaking that stuff down and seeing what we pull there. Because again, the more cards you buy, statistically your odds go up. And I don't know if your odds go up based on orders too, but I do know that, and we spoke about this with my Michaela Blake video, where it had such a low print run that I got multiple parallels in that component. And so that's something to also keep in the back of everybody's head, is that, from a card print standpoint, if you buy 100 cards and there's only 1,300 printed, you are going to have a higher statistic of getting a parallel because you have 1/13 of the order. That might mean that they just might give you 3 in a bunch of orders because it might be order based, and we don't know from Topps. But what we do know is that if there's 300 cards printed and there's 89 or 90 parallels, you are going to get multiple parallels. And Michaela Blake is a really good example of that, where it had a 468 print run and there were only 89 parallels, which means there was about 35 to 40 orders at most. So that's the thing too that has to be in back of everybody's head here, is that low print runs equal higher parallels. So Charlotte Flair has like 2,200 cards printed. It's not a lot, considering that she won the Royal Rumble. Jey Uso has 4,400. Alexa Bliss has 4,000. Roxanne Perez, I think, has 1,600. John Cena has, I think, like 3,300 or 3,400. Nikki Bella, I think, has 1,300. So there's not a lot of cards of some of these people. 1,300 cards from the Royal Rumble of Nikki Bella is not a lot. So that's something that I just want to highlight and throw out there, is that's why some of these parallels are really cool and really nice. And it's also obviously the Nikki Bella has a different ratio of your odds than the Alexa Bliss, than the John Cena, than the Charlotte Flair does. And that's really, really cool to know and understand. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty nice. I'm pretty stoked about it. That Nikki Bella is pretty cool. I don't know what it's worth. I have an idea in my head, but it's also very subjective. It's also what somebody's willing to pay for it. If I'm to sell the Nikki Bella, I'm looking around 150 to like 200. If I'm to sell it, I haven't decided yet. The Roxanne Perez, honestly, on a gold, maybe 80 to 100, I would sell it. The Alexa Bliss, around 80 to 100, I think is a fair price for it. So yeah, that's kind of what the gold go for. The 25s, looking at anywhere from like 150 to 200, maybe more. I haven't exactly decided. I haven't looked it up. It didn't even cross my mind that I'd be pulling a Nikki Bella 25 because I was like, I bought 5 because well, it's Nikki Bella and I like Nikki Bella. So, but overall, pretty happy. And then a John Cena relic, or autograph card. I mean, again, the last card that they did, I think the relic that I have sold for about $386 bidding on, unredeemed. So that's the other thing too, is that it's an unredeemed card, which if I pull one, I will explain what that looks like and how it works. But again, expensive card. 386 bucks on a 170 purchase while you still maintain all your bases is a really, really, really good deal. So, but I digress right there. I don't want to bore everybody. Again, thank you for watching, checking it out, breaking some WWE stuff. I'm a huge wrestling fan and pretty cool. So again, a lot of cool stuff. And then I will just say this, that I just got my Juju Watkins in. So I will be breaking those maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday night. I haven't exactly decided when I'm breaking those, but they put a basketball in a card. So that's something that is really, really cool. And I'm going to be talking about that on a much different level. And this is, I'm not exactly sure what number card this is of hers, but it's a pretty cool card. So that's something to keep in the back of everybody's head. She's got a lot of stuff with tops lately, and she's just going to have a lot more stuff coming with tops. So, yep, that's everything I got going on. And before I go and let everybody continue along their day, or if you're watching this on replay, if you are looking for those base cards, I have an eBay store. It is down below. I sell a lot of comics, a lot of cards, a lot of sports cards, non-sports cards. I got Pop Funkos coming in that are super cool. So I do sell a lot of cool collectible stuff. And if there is something you are looking for and it's not on my eBay store, or you can't find it on my eBay store, shoot me a message on eBay. Again, it's Pop Anime Comics Collectibles, and I will let you know if I have it. If it's already listed, I'll just send you the link to it so you could go right ahead and buy it. If I do not have it listed, ask me because I might. And if I do not have it or something that I do not carry, chances are I know somebody who does have it, or I could point you in the right direction to find it so that you could get what you are looking for. So again, that's kind of everything that I got going on. Again, it is Pop Anime Comics Collectibles. It is in the description down below. Again, check out my eBay store. I love selling cards, and I sell everything from $7 cards to $450 plus cards. And I got a lot of cool stuff. I got a lot of one-on-ones in my store. I got a lot of 5-of-5s. I carry a lot of Panini stuff, a lot of Top stuff, and some other cool stuff. So again, if you're looking for something, I got you covered. And or if you just want to be like, hey, I love cards and I got some of this stuff too, feel free to tell me what you are purchasing or checking out. Or if you pull the power hill, let me know in the comment section down below. And thanks so much for watching, everybody. And we're going to crack open those Juju Watkins potentially tomorrow. So, yeah, thanks so much for watching, everybody. And I will catch you in my next video.